And we're live.
Hello and welcome to today's podcast with your great host here, Oswald, and we have that you know, guy over
General.
there. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
So, how have you been, Zenith? How have you been? Tell the audience.
Oh, I've been yeah. How have you been doing, Oswald?
I have been doing phenomenal. I've just been doing
Huh?
wow.
Yeah.
I can't even describe how I'm just on top of the world.
Yes, you are. Now, I can't see the topic, so how about you introduce us to our first topic? See,
Well,
we're coordinated this time.
I thought we would be a little uncoordinated in the beginning. Sorry, everybody. I got no sleep last night, so
I got 14 hours.
I I know, isn't that crazy? I'm usually the one with sleep. But that's okay.
Yeah. Wow, how quirky.
You're so funny. You're so funny.
Topic, come on.
Why are we getting okay? Sure, let's get to the topics a minute in. Uh,
Meat and potatoes, let's get them.
that's a great structure. Yes, why don't we talk about meat and potatoes? I know. That was really funny, right? Okay, first topic, Necco wafers.
Oh, you're gonna have to edit that out. I'm sorry. Necco wafers are gone. They are gone.
They're not gone. They're disappearing though.
Gone. What was it? Last November they ceased production of
No, it was a couple Novembers ago that they ceased production.
our delicious candy treats have been taken from us. What are we gonna do?
Not our delicious, America's delicious original
America
candy
since
sugar treats have been taken
1846.
away
God
from
damn
us.
it!
They've been taken away from us, and we can't get them back because they're closed. And because of this whole stupid coronavirus thing, they're not coming back.
Now, if you've never had a Necco wafer, what it is it's an extremely cheap candy. What they do is they
It
get
it
a
ta-
bunch of wafers.
it feels like paper in your mouth, but it's just right. It just feels right when it's in there, okay?
You know those discs that you see in urinals? That's what they look like. But it kind of, if you took like
No,
a
no,
cheese
they
knife,
don't.
they look like, yes, they do. If you got some
No,
very
no, they
fine
don't.
cuts of them. Okay, well, let's agree to
I'll
disagree.
link a picture of a Necco wafer in the description, and
Um,
you guys tell us if you think it looks like
yeah,
one of the things in the urinals, because I don't think. And for women, yeah, you don't need to see.
it's like a spongy hockey puck. Uh, it looks
Okay,
tasty.
yeah,
Want to
sure.
bite into it?
I bet you would.
I have.
I thought so. See, I knew you had herpes. Damn
Yeah.
you.
So this wax-coated candy is delicious, and it comes in a few flavors. Notable ones being cinnamon and licorice. The other is your standard affair of fruit flavors, and they're
You like
delicious.
cinnamon?
No, 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 pal. Of the seven flavors, two of those are licorice and cinnamon.
Okay, I was just asking if you liked cinnamon because I'm not sure I could be friends with you anymore if you liked cinnamon Necco wafers.
No, those are my favorite. I picked those out first. No, 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 no.
That's like saying your favorite Altoids are peppermint Altoids. It's just not how
Yeah,
it
well, they
is.
are. So
No, they're not.
peppermint is the red container, isn't it?
Yeah,
Peppermint is what? What do you like? The cinnamon ones, you freak?
I like the blue container, whatever that is. I think
Wintergreen,
it's a,
wintergreen.
yeah, that's the best one, the original.
Those ones, those aren't the originals, first of all. And second, they don't have the same intensity. They're below. They're just not. Might as well just get some Tic Tacs. You know, it's pathetic, really.
Not, no, it's not pathetic when you put multiple in your mouth.
Okay. Have you ever walked out of a store midwinter? You open an Altoids container, eat like seven of them, and then it just
And
you get
and you
that.
feel refreshed? Yeah.
You don't just feel refreshed. You feel like you're dying. It makes you feel alive. It's fantastic,
It almost
phenomenal.
feels like you smoked a whole pack of cigarettes? That's what it
Yeah,
feels like.
yeah, it
Or that's
does.
what you
It
would
does.
imagine it to feel like?
Yeah, neither of us have smoked the cigarettes.
I hope not.
I don't know why, but I thought I knew the word for cigarettes in Spanish, so I just said cigarettes in a really bad Spanish accent. Let's pretend
Yes,
that didn't happen.
we're not gonna.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
that
know,
that's unfortunate.
that really is. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
let's go to our next topic.
but wait a minute.
Okay.
Something that I thought I would do. So if you guys don't know yet, we have a YouTube page, okay? And we're
hmm
posting all the podcasts on our YouTube page.
hmm
So can I just go to YouTube real quick because someone commented on one of our podcasts. So
Did that?
I just want to shout that man out.
Oh boy, what did he say? Our first
Oh,
listener. We should invite him for the next cast.
no, no, no. It was on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, we can get him to
Yeah,
download
we're
on
not
here.
inviting him. No.
Okay. Our
We're just
first
shouting him
fan.
out for being one of our first listeners. Now, let me go to the analytics and let me find the
Wow.
comment.
Wow.
I know.
Is this just you in a different Gmail account, or is this
No, it's
actually?
not. No, this is actually a person. I his
Holy shit.
his name is Tim.
Tim. Gotta love Tim.
Yes. He said great content. It was really entertaining.
Bless that man's heart. Hold on, I gotta check if this is real. Oh
No,
my
no, it,
god.
it actually is real. Tim on YouTube with 214K subscribers. Thank you for listening and thank you for leaving a comment.
Which cast is it? Is it the first or the second?
It's the second cast. It's how Zenith took on a group of middle school boys.
Oh shit, that's great.
I know.
Hold on. I'm gonna write in the comment smooches.
Oh yes, give him smooches. So yes, Tim, thank you very much.
Oh, that's great.
It
Oh, I'm
is.
so happy right now. That's awesome.
See, we
Thank you,
already have a
Tim.
listener.
What did you say? Tim has 200 subscribers?
He has 214K subscribers.
Oh. Oh. It's
Yeah,
about to
maybe.
say, Tim, we're gonna overtake you, but
No, not anytime soon.
oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he does have a
Tim,
couple.
oh yeah, he has a few. Okay. Smooches, Tim, smooches.
I
Uh,
see that Zenith subscribed to a YouTube channel called The S. I don't know what that is, but
well, it's this guy. He looks like he has. Well, okay, I don't want to insult the man, but he makes things out of cardboard, and it's kind of, kind of really funny.
describe it to the listeners because I
He'll
don't know what
3D
this
print
is.
a model. He'll get a bunch of cardboard, and then he'll like painstakingly make it. And it's beautiful what he does, but it's just really goofy because he'll get it to like
I mean,
shoot.
from the thumbnails, it looks goofy.
Yeah, it's goofy. I mean, he does good work. I'm sure a lot of people enjoy it, but it's just goofy.
Oh, the the cola powered DIY cardboard jet that looks really stupid.
See, it's kind of cool, but it's
It's
a little
not. It's
goofy.
impractical in every sense. No one would ever use that.
He made a minigun out of cardboard, and what it does is it shoots little pieces of erasers and cut
Oh
down
my God.
pencils,
Is
but it
this the
shoots
guy who
them.
does all the stuff with matches? Is this that
Mhm.
guy?
No, 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 no. But what he does is he'll shoot like little projectiles out of cardboard guns, and they'll go like 2 feet, and he'll do it in slow mo, where he's like racking the slide because you can only make it semi-auto. It's pretty funny.
The guns he makes, they look quite authentic. That's pretty cool. Good
No, they
for him.
look well. I'm pretty sure he 3D models them, and they look sick, but they're just you know,
They're cardboard. Yeah.
yeah. There's only so much you can do with cardboard.
Yeah, good for him.
No, really, really. He has quite a fan base too.
Yeah, 2.16 million. That's pretty
Shout out
good.
to the S. Shout out to the S.
I don't know him, but sure. Shout out.
Now, Oz, how do you feel about archery? Because archery is so fucking cool to me. Ah,
Archery is
cool.
not cool. Archery is nice. It's relaxing. It is the most relaxing sport. And yes,
Hmm.
I'm going to call it a sport because you know what? When you take that when you take that bow and
Mhm.
you put an arrow on that baby, you put that quiver.
Yeah.
Oh man, just the feeling of it in your fingers, and you let
No,
go,
knocking an arrow
and you
is
know that you score a 10, a bullseye right in the middle. That's one of the best feelings.
what it, what I really love about it is
Just
you get a tool that's been used for centuries, and there's so much that you can do with this. You can survive on this one single thing.
it
You
is
could
extremely versatile.
take it, go out in the woods, and you're set. You're pretty much set. I mean, you got to account for bad seasons with animals and all that
Obviously.
jazz. Yeah, but it's a tool. It's like a gun. You know, I imagine that shooting guns would be pretty fun, but it's a tool. You got to remember that it's not a toy.
But you know what? I think it's great. And I
Mhm.
think getting out and connecting with nature in a good way, without guns, because you don't need guns,
No,
it,
you don't.
it's a nice way, a nice peaceful way to connect with nature. And I think it's one of the best things you can do. So for
See,
anyone who's interested in archery, I would suggest getting out there and going and doing it, especially in this time of quarantine, because you have all the time in the world. So get out there with your bow and arrow and go shoot some targets.
now, of course, we're not endorsing just going outside, but if you go on a trail, the coronavirus spreads through contact. If you touch a tree that someone else touched, but that's not very likely. Animals
Yeah,
are
not
getting it
very
though,
likely at
so
all.
you have to be cautious about that. So maybe
Okay.
don't,
Yeah.
maybe don't. But I wouldn't suggest bringing a gun to the woods. If you're gonna hunt and if you're gonna eat the meat, go ahead. But I would bring a bow so you don't disturb the animals, because well, they
Just
don't
get a
have much
bow and
land
arrow.
anymore. Yeah,
You
have
can
a
find
bow.
some you can find some good ones that are actually surprisingly cheap. I mean, I was
Oh
looking
no,
into,
they're very cheap.
getting a set of my own, and
Oh
surprisingly
yeah,
it's quite cheap.
no, they are. They are.
The most
You can get
expensive
a
thing surprisingly is actually the target. And
Yeah, the targets are quite. Well, you could just go to Lowe's or something, get a big
y-
stack of hay
okay,
and
but I'm
hang it.
saying for like a good target, one with the hay
Yeah.
in the back in
Well,
the
yeah,
in
you
it,
want a target that takes some beating,
Yeah.
and you can't see. I would just find a dead tree and then mark it up as a target.
Yeah, I mean anything. It works. Just get out
Exactly.
there, just go in your
Yeah, get
backyard.
outside.
Go out for a couple minutes,
Mhm.
don't spend all your day inside. It's
Not
not
right
good for
now.
you. It's
We
not
have
healthy.
to say, not right now, but
It's not healthy.
it isn't. I was looking at some bows today, and I was on Amazon and I found it was just a standard run-of-the-mill recurve bow. It had a draw weight of 50, which for just shooting targets, that's fine. And
Pulling it, it seems
mm,
difficult, but as soon as you get it back, it just feels
oh,
so stable and it's just
it
nice.
does.
And
It does.
for men our size, it just makes it easier.
It does. Uh, but see, if we have any women listeners, and of course, men naturally have more body weight, even if, see, it scales with height, right? Me and Oswald over
Yes.
here, we're big guys. Neither of us are very muscular at all. Neither of us are in shape. We're both working on it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I wouldn't go there.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
for all the
Go ahead.
listeners, I'll have you know, I
Mhm.
could do 38 push-ups as of yesterday, and I could do a couple pull-ups. So yeah.
Hmm.
And then
Now,
crunches, don't even get me started with crunches because I can do a couple hundred.
this man, I've seen him do crunches. Monster. He's a
I
monster.
know. I know. Tell him.
But anyways, I was looking at bows, and very affordable. You can get
They
a
are.
nice recurve bow, 40 to 50 pound draw weight, 30 arrows, a target, a sight for $80. That's a pretty good deal.
That is, yeah.
But I I was looking at bows, and there's woman and children bows, and what you get with woman bows is you get
A
a draw
lower
weight
draw
about
rate.
10 to 15 pounds. Now, that's not, see, let's say you're a woman, fairly petite, like 5 foot, even five, uh, yeah, like 5 foot. I think you could push yourself beyond 10 to 15 pounds.
You
Maybe if
could. But see, I
you
think what
could.
you're looking into is more of a starter bow than anything. So I think that's
No, they
probably
were starter
why.
bows, but
Yeah.
It's you know
You
what?
you
It's
you don't
scale,
want to
but
start off with something of a high
mhm.
draw weight. That's a
No, you
bad
definitely
habit.
don't.
You want
It
to start
is.
off low, getting used to it.
No, if you start off with a high draw weight, you're gonna play with it for like a month or two. You're gonna realize, oh, I should go down. When you, it's just like guitar. You'll go down to a lighter gauge, and then, oh, I'm
You
putting way
realize,
too much emphasis on the string. I'm gonna break the thing. You're
yeah,
not indestructible. But uh, see, here's the thing. Maybe it's different because I'm a man and I'm prideful of that because
right.
we naturally are. But I feel like if I was told here's something that has a draw weight of 10 pounds, I'd frankly be insulted. But that's just me.
Obviously, I don't think you'd be given something with a draw weight of 10 pounds, though.
Yeah. If you're interested in making your own, fairly easy. Try to avoid trees that are on the younger side because, well, you want them to grow, obviously. And second, when you have a tree that's mostly green, if you take off the bark, it's green. It's not going to have much weight on it because you haven't given it time to grow. So what you should do is get a nice dry piece of wood. Make sure it isn't obviously, dead and full of weevils, but you're
Right.
going to want to take a knife, a rock, and split it down the middle, and then you're going to have to carve your way to the bow. And once you get it, it's smooth sailing from there. You might want to buy your own arrows.
Yeah, I would suggest buying your own. Don't try to make arrows. It's very difficult and
It is, and you're going to have to put
time-consuming
fletching.
project.
Oh, it's
It
extremely.
it's also terribly difficult to make ones that can
Mhm.
actually you reuse because it's just a difficult process. I wouldn't suggest making your own arrows.
What's commonly done is you'll get reeds or bamboo and you'll temper them in heat, and then or wood. And what you do is you sharpen it at the point. You cook it, not cook it, burn it. I'm sorry. So it has a hardened edge. You could also put a piece of flint, maybe. Who knows? But when you get to the fletching, so it flies straight and true, you
Right.
gotta glue on the feathers, and then you gotta burn them so they have jagged points. And it's a tedious process.
No, it
I
is, and
wouldn't
you have to know
recommend
what
it.
you're doing.
You do. The beginner archer is no Fletcher, that's for sure. Hello,
I
Squeak.
would just suggest, getting a starter kit and try that
Hmm.
first before you get into anything serious like making something,
Hmm. Hmm.
which that
No,
could really go for anything.
no, yeah, no, whether
Could be
it's
said.
carpentry, masonry, guitar.
Right.
Are you a female listener? Well, Oswald over here is desperate, so lock your doors, lock your windows, and hide. Hide, hide, hide.
You
This
don't need to
man,
hide.
what he'll do is he'll give you a little sniff, and then, well, how about you tell him about your process, buddy?
My process?
Hmm.
I don't have a process, man. I'm really just me. I really just like to be me around those women.
No, no, I mean how you catch them. How do you catch them? What lies do
Oh,
you tell them to
I
get
have a
the,
big
the
net.
yeah.
I have a big jellyfishing net.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And I
If you saw
I
this
take
man
my
throw
big
a net
net, I
full,
scoop
well,
them up, and I
yeah.
hitch them on the back of my big car. I drive them home to their house, not my house. I drive them
Mhm.
to their house and I let them off.
See, what I've been doing and what Oswald isn't telling you is we bought a charter boat as an investment, and we've been, fishing, quote unquote, where we just get big nets and we bring them across big beaches. Hasn't been, well, the catches haven't been so great due
It
to
hasn't been the most
coronavirus.
successful yet.
No, no, it was a
We
bad time to
didn't
buy a
we
boat.
didn't really see this happening. We didn't foresee
Yeah,
this.
we
So
didn't, we didn't, and it's not
it,
our
it
fault. We're trying to.
no, you know what? I still think it was a wise investment, buddy.
It
I still
was,
think
it
it
was.
was.
I
It
mean, am I missing
only
an
it
ankle because of
only
loan sharks?
costed
Yeah,
it only costed $10,000 out of our pocket and a couple loans from the bank.
and loan sharks,
Yeah.
and Oswald's left testicle and my right ankle, but
And don't forget my kidney.
and my big toe. But
Little
both of
piece
them.
of your
No, well,
penis. Don't forget that.
well, no, they left some of it. I have 1/3 of it, so I'm still,
Oh,
still 13
nice,
inches
nice.
strong.
Okay. Very good.
Not so much my third leg anymore, but I'm still doing swell. Um,
Right. Right.
yeah, yeah, no.
Yep.
Do you know how hard it is to look for topics, listeners? I bet you don't. See,
Yeah.
all of the news right now is the COVID-19, the coronavirus.
Well,
And
why don't you tell the listeners how you've just found out, this was a revelation to Zenith, but
oh god,
he's just
oh
found
god.
out how to properly wash his hair.
Hey, hey, hey. Okay. So, see, I had a few split ends, and I had to take care of them. So, while I was getting them cut,
Why don't you
my
tell them
mom
how we both
realized,
have long hair,
hold
just
on,
just so they know,
my
so they
hair is
can.
down to almost my shoulders, and Oswald has it down to his nipples. Or you
Yeah,
trimmed it recently. All right.
yes.
Uh, he has, fair, dirty blonde. I have wavy, amber. Would you say amber? Or is it a little darker?
Nope, it's orange. He has orange hair.
I wouldn't call it orange. In the light, it
Okay,
is.
I would say an orange red.
Sure, it has a. In the light, it's really orange with streaks of blonde and
Yes,
red.
it
Natural
is.
highlight, because I'm just that gray.
Yeah, that great. Yep, you
Anyways, while
wish.
getting rid of my split ends, my mom realized, "Hey, why is your hair so fucking gross?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." So we have well water, by the way. So you have to put softener in or get stuff in your hair, and that hasn't been changed in a while because my father forgot to get it. So what happened was, due to the way that I cleaned my hair, I kind of just put shampoo on the surface of my hair because it took too long to properly wash it. I wasn't properly washing it then either. Yeah. So I got my head dunked into the fucking sink. My mother used clarifying shampoo in my hair, and she did it really aggressively. And it took like 3 minutes to get the shampoo out. That's not how long it took. It took about 15 minutes for me to get shampoo out of my hair. Oops. And the conditioner also took 3 minutes. I stopped using conditioner because it took too long. Um,
That's really
and
sad.
my hair now is the softest it's ever been. Uh, it's incredible, and my hair doesn't feel like it has any weight on it anymore. Like it moves with my head. And I know if we have any female listeners, you're probably thinking, "Wow, you're a fucking idiot." And yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh,
Another thing with hair, for the female listeners, well, maybe I guess some men
see,
may do this, but for the ones
may I speak
who
real quick?
who spray heavy hairspray in their hair,
Mm.
I mean, why do you do that? Why do you do
It
that to
is
yourself?
astonishing that my hair is so healthy right now. It shouldn't be like this. It should be falling out. And don't blow dry your hair. Let it air dry. All right. And I know everyone doesn't have that kind of time, but try to make time for it. All right. It's your
Just
hair.
do
You
it.
can take care of it.
Just do it.
Mhm.
Brush your hair.
Of course, I didn't know that either. uh,
Not violently, but just brush it,
no, gently, gently. If you have to brush your hair violently, all right, and this is accounting if you're white with fair hair, but if it has any give in it, then you're washing your hair wrong, apparently. Oopsie. When I was brushing my hair yesterday, my brush literally flew out of my hair and out of my hands because I did it too fast.
Poor old Zenith.
Yeah, poor old Zenith. Ripe age of 16, just falling apart here.
You know it. That's real sad.
Recall the name of the song that I listened to last night. Is it Signet Command Committee? What is it?
Signet. It's Signet.
Signet Committee by David Bowie. Holy shit. By far the best Bowie song. Really
No,
fantastic.
it's not. It's not at
It
all.
is. It
It's
is.
not.
It is.
It's either
Right
Life
next to
on
Life
Mars.
on
It's
Mars.
either Life on Mars or Starman. It,
Life on Mars, Madman, and Signet Committee.
okay, of course you
Top
have to
three.
put Madman up there too. No, no, no.
It's great.
You just found it out last night. You literally just found it last night.
Okay. This is how I listen to albums. I find a
No,
a
you
song
don't
title that I
listen to
like.
albums. You just
Hold
listen to
on.
a song.
Okay, okay, let me talk. I find a song name that I like, and then I'll click on it and I'll listen to it. And I'm like, wow, that's a really cool song because it's by someone that I like, obviously. And then I'll
Wow,
listen to
really?
like 6 albums out of the 20. All right. And then sometimes when I put my music on shuffle, I'll walk away from my phone, so I can't do anything about it because I have Bluetooth headphones. And then I force myself to listen to it. I'm like, holy shit, this is his best song by far. And I think, Larry, why are you doing this? And I don't have an answer. I just do. I just do. Rock and Roll by the Velvet Underground. Really bad song name. And not that much content either. But the chord progression is phenomenal. Really great.
No,
Give it
it's
a listen.
not.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. It sounds good.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Right.
Opinions are not to be shared here. We only share
No,
facts.
we only,
Facts
yes.
only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And all the correct facts are from
And
me.
sometimes Oswald gets his facts wrong because he's not the brightest. Not the brightest.
Right.
If you hear me crinkling my water bottle, I apologize, but I'm a thirsty boy, and I can't do much about that.
Real thirsty, huh?
Do you think I could get an IV drip for the next show?
I think that would be a really good idea. You
I
you
think it
should try
would.
sticking it in your neck too.
In
Like
Connecticut,
straight in
where
the
we live.
middle. Straight in the middle.
So me and Oz live in Connecticut, right? And the town or city that we both used to live in was Waterbury, Connecticut. And what they're doing right now is in many middle schools and high schools, they're setting up infirmaries in the gymnasiums because, well, all of the hospitals are
Are running out of
over.
room.
They just are. They're running out of room. So they have cots and IVs. So what I'm thinking is we go to Waterbury, we break into a gymnasium, and we get a few IV bags because, it gives you all the nutrients and I want to refill them. So I'll have plenty. Let's say like 9 to get me through the next few weeks. I'll get it
Right.
insured and I'll be set. I'll be fucking set.
Do you want a colostomy bag too, so you won't have to go to the bathroom?
Throw in the catheter and we're golden. How much is that
Okay.
going to cost me?
It's gonna cost you nothing because we're stealing it.
No, I mean like physically and emotionally. Will that be degrading to me or?
No, not at all. You're not much of a man.
No, you're right about that. Maybe I'll just
It
tape the shit bag to my calves. I have some nice and meaty calves. I just have naturally strong calves. Or
he
that's
doesn't.
that I
He,
walk
he
eight
doesn't
miles
at
every day.
all.
I do. I
You
walk eight
don't.
miles every single day because I
Yeah,
can't
he
sit
has
still.
chicken legs. What he has is chicken legs.
No, I do. I do. I'm a tall man. I also have skinny arms. I mean, that comes with it. That
Chicken
comes
legs.
chicken legs, huh? Chicken legs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break you in two, buddy.
You wish. You wish. That wouldn't be possible. You literally couldn't with your weak legs.
My weak legs. My weak
Yes.
legs. What's the next topic? I can't look at the top. Oh, you know what? Okay. So I sent a really bizarre message to someone I used to know because Oswald was worried about them, right? And
I
I was
was
really
more than
tired.
worried about them.
He was on the verge of tears, and I was really worried. And Oswald was worried too. And I wanted to. It's like, buddy, okay, I'll take care of this. I know what to do. Now, hold on. I
Yeah.
got to find the message.
I,
Just a
I
thought.
I have the message if you want me to read it.
No, I'll read it. I'll read it.
Okay.
So the character, she was a character. Let's call her M. Now M, here's the message. Just a thought.
You're giving them too much information now.
Oh, I'm sorry, bleep that. I don't think I ever really saw you as a person. Trust me, this is going somewhere. I promise. But as an object, because of the whole never meeting in person dealio. But I now know that was when. Holy shit, this is poorly worded.
Yes, the whole message is it's broken English all the way.
When I was
It's
in your
not
place, I was always
formatted at
thinking
all.
about everything. And smile. So here, listen to this quality, and I sent you that command because I found it that night. And stare into the mirror.
And we're back. You left off at
Hello.
you were reading how you sent her the song by David Bowie.
Ah, yes. And then I said, well, remember to turn on the lights, stare into the mirror, and say something. If you ever release an image of yourself to others, always put forward your worst to lowball them and ruin their expectations of you. Anyway, see you around your loving husband. Now, if you could extract any meaning out of that, anything at all, um, I don't fucking know. I don't know what to say to that.
That there was no meaning behind that at all. What you just wanted to do, I don't know if you know what, I don't even know what you wanted to do. Maybe it was you wanted to make me feel better. You sending that didn't make me feel any better. Especially your loving husband part, because that little game you played, that really pissed me off when you guys did that, It let me just say this woman. You know what? No, we're not going to get into the context. We'll
No,
we'll
no, we
we'll
can't.
keep
We
that
can't. We
private.
can't.
We'll keep that
Yeah,
private.
if she's dead, then it wouldn't matter. But her mom. We don't want to. Let's just leave her out of this.
Yes. Yeah, we'll leave her out.
Anyways, I'm gonna take a look see at the topics again because
Apparently Zenith thinks that looters are going to be a problem soon. So,
no, I was gonna ask you if you thought so. So okay, add an
what
image.
makes a
I sent
man
the
a
image in
man?
the chat. What makes a man a man? What makes a man a man? Now, what do you think makes a man a man? And would you consider yourself a man?
I think I would consider myself a man because I feel like people, obviously, a lot of people, I'm sure. No, maybe they don't.
Mm,
Okay. Well, I feel like a lot of men look at
masculinity.
being manly as aesthetic wise and
Hmm.
like physically, when I feel like it's really more of mentally and your maturity level. I feel like someone who raises a family, if you have like 4 kids and you do a good job raising them, they all go off to college, they're all pretty successful. I feel like that was a man, not someone who works out every day and has a 6 pack and, goes around acting like a douchebag to everyone and,
Hmm.
just huge ego. That's not a man. You're a
No,
wannabe. That's what that is.
me and Oswald are both.
That's just a
To be
yuppie.
fair,
That's what that fucking is. It's a
it's a yuppie.
yuppie. And I hate them. Pieces of.
Both of us, we both have fairly large egos.
But we're
I
not
mean,
yuppies. We don't just
uh,
fucking, we don't just go with the flow as people fucking say, and not like, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, we're so quirky. No, that's not what I'm saying. We just don't, we're not fucking
now,
yuppies.
I'll admit it. I'm overambitious, and I have, flown too close to the sun quite a few times, and I've gotten fucking burned. But, that's
No,
here or
really?
there. So, I see personally, a man, it's definitely not defined by physical characteristics. You don't have to be a tall,
No,
buff guy,
no,
but
you don't.
you could be running around with pinwheels and roller skates wearing a fucking thong. I don't care. That doesn't matter. But you don't see being a man it's an idea, right? It's an idea that as a male or someone who identifies as a male, I well, anyways, I'm just trying to be inclusive,
Yeah.
saying a lot, but it's an idea, right? It's
When
it's
you
hard to
think about
define
it,
because when
everything
you
in,
define it, can I?
yeah, keep going.
My idea of a man is characteristics that everyone should follow. Everyone should be a caring, supportive person to the people that they love, and they should fight for what they stand for. But it's hard to pinpoint it, right? It's because we're living in a society where we're moving very far away from ideals that are gender specific. So what it is now, it's everyone can do anything, and
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
You
I,
could
I
be a
feel like
rainbow if you want.
no, you can, you can. If you want to be a woman and have a 6 pack, go ahead. You don't have like a fucking buzz cut. Do you, dude? But
Get that
I feel
pixie
like
cut.
being a man. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. But it, being a man, I feel like it's lost any. It doesn't really have place in the world that we live in anymore.
It doesn't hold as much value as it used to in
It
an
doesn't at
era
all.
where men ruled everything. Which, you
It
know
doesn't.
what? Obviously, you can't lie. They still, I
We
mean,
still do,
we do. Yeah.
and that's. I don't think that's ever going to change. Really,
No, I mean,
it's just how it is.
it's just how society is. And you know
Mhm.
what? Society is really weird because
It is.
you can look at it from so many different aspects, and every different aspect, you see different
Mhm.
things and different, and you see different standards. Like in the society, we make everything up.
Fire hydrant, so fire hydrant because we fucking said so. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no really, there's no play in anything that you see or do.
Uh,
It just kind of happens,
yeah.
and that's something that you have to live with. You just have to accept it. Sadly,
You don't really have that much control. Not as much as you think
yeah,
you do.
Exactly. But people like me and Oswald. Now, I know, I shouldn't be going on how great we are, but we're trying to make a difference. We're trying to make a new world, right? And is it overambitious? Sure, right?
No, not really.
Starting to sound like Caesar, buddy. But
You know what? You're just saying that because you recently read an article. Just so you guys know, he didn't know anything about Julius Caesar until the other day.
no.
Yes, yes, yes,
I had
yes,
to
yes,
read it
yes,
for
yes.
school. I had to read it for school. I'm not going to read something in broken English on my own. I'm not going to go and read Shakespeare.
Okay, but you still didn't know it till the other day.
And what does that matter?
And that's all
Why
I
does
was
that matter?
saying. I didn't say why or,
I
the
didn't
reason
know it
why
since
you
the
read
other
it.
day. I've known it for the past 3 months, and we're only on chapter 3, surprisingly. That goes to show how great the public education system is.
It's
Anywho,
amazing.
But yeah, I mean, in the near future, it's gonna be here. Our rule, that is, we're gonna take over the entire world, and you're just gonna have to live with that. I'm sorry.
We are going to be your friendly tyrants. You can trust us. We know what's best for you.
We're dictators, but there are good dictators like Hitler. No, I shouldn't say that. Someone's gonna take that out of context. But
No.
now, besides music, what are your other aspirations?
Besides music?
Not aspirations, I'm sorry. What was any other big goals? Because personally, I want to
Politics. I
start a
want to get
cult.
into politics.
I wanted to start a cult. So
Right.
we're on
Of
two
course.
very different. Well, no, they're not very different at all.
They're not.
Both are broken power
Politics.
fantasies.
Yeah.
But,
I'll
I
start
would
my
love
own
to have.
political party. It'll be, I'll be a progressive. I'll join the Bull and Moose Party. I'll bring it back, okay?
Mhm. I love those mooses. You gotta love mooses. Mooses are
Don't you?
majestic creatures. They are. They are. If I could ride a moose, that would be my main form of transportation. I I just saddle him up. I'd call him.
I'm sure it would.
What would I call him? I'd probably call him Gideon or maybe Gizmo, and I would just ride him all
Yeah,
around.
Gideon. Right.
Gideon the moose.
hmm
Gideon the moose.
Look out for that guy. He's got a moose.
Gideon the moose will fucking trample you. He'll push over your car with his magnificent antlers. He is not someone to fool with. He
Magnificent?
will.
I'm gonna cut his
Magnificent.
antlers off.
Do that, bitch.
I'm
Try
gonna do
me.
a little
Fucking
chop
try me.
chop. A little chop chop.
A little chop chop? How about I do a little chop chop to your little fucking dick?
My little dick? You, huh?
Your little dick.
He just said I have a little dick. Guys,
In
Zenith,
years
do
past,
you know
we
what
had.
Zenith has? Microscopic.
In
Microscopic
years past,
penis.
we had a buddy. Let's call him Francis.
Let's call him
Francis.
Kevin. Let's call him Kevin.
Let's call him Kevin. No. We can't do that. We can't.
Yes,
Francis.
we can.
That's a bit close.
Okay, let's call him Bicycle.
Bicycle wasn't a very smart guy. That is very apparent. Bicycle would he was very susceptible to peer pressure, and when you made a joke, he didn't really know how to distinguish a joke from reality. So what he did was Oz right here is like, hey, show us your dick. Now what he
I'm
did
not
was he
gay.
was
I
like,
swear. I'm
guys,
straight as a pencil.
guys, I don't think I want to do that, guys. And Oswald was like, hey, I think your dick is small. Prove it, bitch. And what he did was he turned on his camera and showed us.
He whipped out his dick on camera and he started jerking off.
And then we were making fun of it, as you do, as a 12-year-old boy. What Oz did was he said, oh, you can't get your dick hard. While we were berating him, he put it away and he was like, sorry guys, I guess it's just not in the mood. And we continued the conversation.
He said it was turtling up. Those were his exact words.
It looked like he had any belly button. That's all I gotta say.
Just so you guys know a little context of this person, we were on the phone with him. We were on a call with him. And he dropped his iPad in the toilet while he was taking a shit. He picked it up out of the toilet and he turned on his camera and he started playing with his shit in the toilet. Another story. He ate raw chicken with just a couple spices on it, and his mom flipped out and he blamed it on his brother.
He thought it was an egg roll.
Yeah, his claim was that it was an egg roll.
Can you imagine being such a fucking beast?
But no, he
Literal
ate
fucking
raw chicken with a
animal.
couple spices on it. And it was it's what his mom was gonna cook for dinner, so she flipped out. She was like, "Who ate the goddamn chicken? This is the last time." No, it was great. It was great.
What? No, that was Train. That wasn't me. That was Train. Bicycle. I know that was you.
We made fun of him all the time.
They now his family adopted dogs that they really shouldn't have. I don't know why. So they took problem animals into their homes, not having any experience dealing with animals.
I think Bicycle would abuse his dog, and I'm pretty sure he had sex with it. Like, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think he's had sex with it, but he would.
No, I think he raped it.
Genitals, maybe.
And he would laugh at it. He would kick it around. He would literally kick it.
He would. And if we had his address, I don't know about you, but I would personally call animal control because no animal deserves that.
Guys, we've known some bad people, okay?
We have.
We don't exactly surround
us with good people. We don't. That's a problem we both have. Let's be honest. But another anecdote from this man's story is he would follow women around without their approval, and he would make suggestive remarks.
Zenith, do you remember Cookie Girl? How he described her as a goddess?
Now, one day we all got on the phone, and Bicycle started hyperventilating, and he was talking about how a girl smiled at him, gave him a cookie when he looked really sad and angry because he had a tough day at school and he was on the bus crying. Now, this one gesture of being a nice fucking person. Now, I'm sure a lot of women and who listen to the cast or are gonna think this is why I'm not nice to people, because there's these freaks who are just fucking nuts. And then women will show them
not all men are like Bicycle, okay? Bicycle had never gotten any attention from a female.
Okay.
So he just didn't know how to handle it.
He didn't have a father figure. His mom was kind of a bad person. He didn't have a good upbringing. That much is clear. He was surrounded by drugs and not a good upbringing. But that doesn't, people who have had shitty upbringings, they come out just fine. And, there's a lot to argue there. But when he got the slightest bit of attention, he interpreted it as, oh my God, she's attracted to me. She loves me.
Yeah.
And he would follow her around and he would just stare at her. And I don't know who I feel worse for, him or her. Extremely. He would upset. It wasn't. It was a bad shake. It was a bad shake. It was.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to incriminate ourselves, so can you bring me the next topic, please?
Okay. Our creative process and things we have been working on.
All right. Here's what I do, and things that we've working on. We don't really have anything in development. Because I still don't have my guitar. Well, as a duo, I don't think we should really talk about
as a duo.
Right. Yeah, our solo stuff will come duo stuff once we, Oswald gets a little more practice on his bass, and I get my instrument a little more situated. A lot of problems come in when you do an instrument yourself. That's a given.
Okay,
but what I like to do is I'll hear something, or I'll dream something where I hear a little melody, or maybe just a word. I'll just see a word.
A little bip bop ditty.
Yeah, exactly. You go beep boop bop bop bop, and I'll like, oh my God, that's great. So I'll take that and I'll bring it to my workbench. Now, what's the workbench? It's wherever the fuck I'm standing. And what I'll do is I just start adding things, and they don't always work. Sometimes things end up in my scrapyard. I just keep adding things and adding things and adding things, and I just get a mess. What I do is I slowly chisel things off. I keep the elements I like. I take away things I don't like, obviously. And when you just have a jumbled up mess and you slowly bring it to something amazing, it's one of the most beautiful things. It's like going to a junkyard and getting a car, just a horrible, horrible mess, and slowly working on it until it's something tangible that's just, it's, if you don't do anything that involves you to think, where you have to have a creative process, I highly recommend it. Oswald, how about you tell the viewers about yours?
Okay, well, most of the time I'm still in the middle of practicing my instrument, but when I'm not, most of the time I try to focus on lyricizing and
Of course.
obviously practicing my making melodies and my little bebop ditties, but I feel like I'm just not as good at that. I feel like I'm better
You'll
at
get them.
making lyrics and
See, lyrics are, I don't want to say this, but I feel like you're either good at it or you're not. When I first started lyrics, I don't think I've evolved much. I mean, I've evolved in the sense of how I put them
lyrics.
together.
Lyrics are as easy as this. You have an idea in your head. You have one word, and you just build off that.
hmm You just
It's
have to
just as
make it
easy as
good.
that.
You get your
You just work at
you
it.
get the
You
skeleton
just work at
and
it.
you add meat to it. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to actively be doing it. You can just have a little notebook and you can add things. You can add things
Yeah.
slowly. It's a gradual process. You're not going to write a song in a day.
No, you're not.
Well, you
At least
can,
not a
but it
good
won't be
one.
very good. Yeah, at least not a good one, of course. Now, I think that we shouldn't really speak much more on our processes before we get a little more, get a little camp set up. But for now, cars. I want to talk about cars real quick. Have you ever, the audience, I know Oswald has, but a hardtop 1955, 1957 maybe,
You've
Thunderbird.
already told them about your love for Thunderbirds. You know that, right? You said that in the
Have I?
last podcast. Yeah.
It looks so fucking cool. Oh my god. They're great. They're so great. And once we reach success, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get it in candy apple red, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Yes. Yeah. Candy apple red.
No hood scoop though. Hood scoops on cars like that look really ugly and bad and awful. And
Okay then.
oh, you like hood scoops, huh? Huh? You love hood scoops, right? Why did I say it? I don't know why. Why?
I didn't say I did. I just said
Indifferent.
okay.
hmm 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 Now, Oswald, how many 10-year-olds could you fight in an arena? Like
Oh,
gladiatory
unlimited.
arena,
Unlimited.
right? And I'll give you,
Infinite.
what weapon do you want? Do you want like a gladius? Do you want a trident? What do you want?
Can I
They all
have
have
like
knives. They all
they
have
all have
4-inch
knives?
knives. Yes.
Do I only get one weapon?
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a great sword.
A great sword. So you're gonna go in with a slash. I'd go with a spear, and I'd make kebabs. Maybe a javelin. Who
That wouldn't
knows?
work.
What else I can do? I can just get an assault rifle. That would work too.
No,
I'll be really
there's
sure, like
no
American
automatic
culture,
weapons.
semi-autos. So give me an SKS, maybe an M1 Garand, and I'd be golden. I'd talking about killing children isn't going to get us sponsors, is it? What's
No,
the
it's
next
not.
topic? Let's cut that. What's the next topic?
Okay, Mr. Trump has been saving us.
He has saved us. He is trying to ruin the economy.
He has saved the day yet again. The
Hold on, let me read
man,
a
let
Trump
me
tweet.
let me tell you guys, the man is a great man, okay? Very funny. Very funny, okay? Now, I'm not saying I'm some average Trump supporter, but, he's the president, and, obviously you got to look at the good aspects. And you know what? I really can't say that there's so many negative aspects to him as
Mhm.
I feel like the biggest negative is how he speaks and how he just says what he wants. But that's also one of the biggest positives too.
It is. It's a
So
positive, but
I feel like it
here's the
really
thing.
balances out. The guy, he knows how to get to people. I
Mhm.
I think he's doing a good job.
Here's my
And
opinion on the man.
okay,
I feel like he would serve better in a position where he's working to benefit the economy, not so much as a leader role. And he just
I think he's doing a fine job.
see economy-wise, yes, but not. He's not so much for the people. He's a businessman, of course, and that's how he operates. He's talked about how he's willing to sacrifice American lives to help the economy grow in this pandemic, and it's just he's not he's
We
not in the
also
best
need,
interest
but
of
we
us.
also need someone strong and willing to make the correct choices, even when the people aren't for it. Sometimes there has to be some people like that.
You're a fool. Now, I just sent a quote of Trump. Do you want to read that quote?
Yes, I'll read it.
Thank you.
Are you sure this is one of Trump's quotes?
Yes, it is. It was taken directly from his Twitter.
Okay.
You want me to read it?
Start quote. You can call it a germ. You can call it a flu. You can call it a virus. You can call it many different names. I'm not sure anybody even knows what it is. End quote.
Now, what he's referring to is the coronavirus.
No, really? Obviously, he knows what it is because he himself refers to it as the Chinese virus. The man does not have a censor, okay? And that's one of
No,
that's one of the greatest things about him.
I
He
don't
just
know if
doesn't
he's
care.
freehanding
He
this.
speaks his thoughts.
I don't know if he's freehanding this, if someone wrote this for him, or if he wrote it. But
Hell, he freehands
listen,
everything. And that's one he's for his age, sometimes I genuinely think that the guy has more energy than me at his age. And he freehands everything and his speeches. And it's unbelievable that he has quick wit. He's quick-witted, you know?
no, he is. He
He's
is.
fast with comments, and he knows how to keep a crowd, you know?
Mhm,
He usually has polls for the people who are at his rallies and such to ask
mhm.
them if they enjoyed their stay or where they would be, and most of them enjoy
Exactly.
enjoy their
Businessman.
experience.
Mhm.
It's almost
No,
he knows how, he does a good job,
he makes a show of it. He
he
makes a
he's
show
a
of it.
people pleaser at the rallies.
He is. Well,
Okay,
certain
he
people.
knows how to keep the people coming.
Hmm. But my problem with him is I don't necessarily agree with all his policies, and I want a professional. Now, when we think about who's going to be in power in a few months, it's going to either be Trump versus Bernie or Trump versus Biden.
And
And
Trump is
either
gonna
way,
win either way.
either, either way, I'm going to watch it because that's going to be fucking hilarious. But I think that's a problem. It shouldn't be funny. It should be insightful, and it should be really boring.
You
It,
know the goddamn problem?
Mhm.
Not enough people give a shit anymore. People
No
take it
one
as a
gives a shit.
joke.
The Electoral College kind of
The
prevents us from really
electoral
having
college is a fucking joke.
down with the Electoral College. I know we've probably talked about this, but
No, we haven't actually.
goddamn,
But yes, down with it. It's a
yeah,
fucking joke.
it's a fucking joke.
All the
It,
talk about a democracy, it's not a democracy
it really
because
isn't.
we have people, we're not actually voting.
Listen,
Like,
I'm not
yes, you
going to
can
tell you
go and
anything.
cast your ballot,
Mhm,
but still, it's up to that person who's voting for your state.
mhm,
Think about that.
mhm.
It's a stupid system.
See, what it comes down to is they see that one greatly outnumbers the other in terms of votes, and they'll think, okay, are we going to do this so we keep our best interest in mind and deal with the outrage, or are we going to, foil our own plans and, not deal with any outrage? That's just how
No,
it
no,
is.
no. You know the worst part about it, though?
What?
You have the people who will blatantly go against what the state is voting for,
Yeah,
and
because they want their own best interest.
and do you know what the charge for that is?
Nothing.
No, I think it's a $20 fine in the mail. That's yes, that's literally what. There's no consequence.
Now,
Why? Why would you
if I
make a
remember,
system like that?
if I remember correctly, this might be something that they just haven't changed. The inflation rate of $1 in the 1700s would be about $1 would equal around $50 to $60, right? So Obviously we can all do basic math, 60 times 20, and that's not much. That's not much. And was it much then? No, it really wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, it was a substantial amount of money then,
Yes, it
but
was.
it just
Not anymore.
not anymore at all. It was substantial in the sense of getting like a $5,000 bill. That's not great, and that could put a lot of people in some not so great circumstances. But the penalty does not fit the crime.
No, it
That should
doesn't.
be something where you have a life sentence in prison.
Okay,
And I don't say that
I'm not
lightly.
sure I would go as far as that. I feel like we should just bring it down. There's no point of it.
We should.
But then again, there's so many people who are uneducated about politics and don't even educate themselves about the people who they, who they say they like, but they don't actually know anything about their policies or what they're running for, And
In Connecticut.
it really bothers me that people are like that. Why do people one of the biggest things that I also don't like is that people just stick to one political party. Why do you do that? If there's a good Republican and you're a Democrat, then go and vote for that Republican. Don't just vote for a Democrat that you don't like because you're part of the Democratic Party. That is one of the dumbest things that you can do. What are you doing? I mean,
See, there's a class taught in Connecticut called, and I'm assuming it's mandatory, called civics. Now, civics, the teacher that taught it for me, great teacher, but it was still dreadfully boring because it's civics. And it taught you how to really vote, what you should do with your vote, and how to make it matter, even though that it doesn't. And it should be taught everywhere. It should be a mandatory class. You should know how the systems work, what individual branches do. What?
It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to listen to that.
Listen, I know that
especially
probably
the
the
people
majority
our
of that class,
age. Nobody's going to
I'm assuming. Okay. I think I'm fairly certain that almost everyone in that class doesn't remember a lick of anything in there because we already took the final. Everyone probably forgot everything. I get it. But for those who do listen, there's one more person that's educated and knows what they're doing, giving us one more step closer towards having the Electoral College be abolished. Because
I get
in a sense, we still. I'm an optimist. That's why, and I know being realistic. I agree with you.
It's not a foreseeable future.
Not in the foreseeable future. No.
I wish it was, because it just doesn't make sense. Our whole thing about America is power to the people. It's not really power to the people.
I'm not going to tell you how to think, but pay attention to local politics. Pay attention to your senator, your mayor.
Pay attention to all politics.
That too.
And educate yourself about who you're actually looking at, Exactly. Educate yourself about everyone in the race.
Here's what you should do. Find the person that you like the most, and then find the person that you dislike the most. And compare and contrast. Find out why you don't like this certain candidate and why you like this other candidate. And try to boil it down to where there's no biases and color of the person's skin, gender, where they come from, who they are, what they've done in the past.
And you know what? I mean, no, I guess not. I feel like so many people waste their votes, though, because, the people who they like drop out of the race. Just try to find someone, or just try to find something in someone that you like. Just don't waste your vote. Your vote, it's something that you have. It's something that you're entitled to. Use that. Use that.
So far,
it's a privilege that we have that other countries don't have.
So far in the cast, when we have talked about politics, it hasn't been very numerous, but it has happened. I think we've done a good job of staying neutral. Talking about politics is usually seen as social suicide.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. And I think we're doing well with that so far. I'm just trying to pat ourselves on the back. So
make ourselves look good. That's just what we do.
Well, I mean, I don't think we need much help doing that. We are pretty great.
We are amazing.
We have Mr. Tim, practically a superstar over there with
Oh, I
200,000
know.
subscribers.
And he told us that it's great content. Now, come on, does it get better than that?
Let's give an applause for Tim again. Thanks,
Here.
man. Wow.
Yes, thank you, Tim, very much. We
You
appreciate
were the
it.
first,
Genuinely.
and I hope
We
you listen to this
genuinely
back.
appreciate.
We do. See, I told you that, okay, we have our cast on Apple Music, Play Music, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, not SoundCloud, and Spotify. Did I just say Spotify twice?
Yeah, no. You said SoundCloud twice.
Okay, let me do that again. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music, Google Play Music. They all sound the fucking same. Doesn't matter. Anyways, we have it on numerous platforms, and that's very good to have later, not right now. And what I said to Oswald was, we should get this on YouTube, right? Because it's going to go into people's recommendations, and people are going to see it, and they're going to click on it, and they're going to be, oh, interested. They're going to say, oh, wow, what is this? And they'll look at it. And no, you can't really discover new things on Spotify or Apple Music. You just can't.
Okay, you can if you're in the podcast section. And
Yeah.
I never disagreed with you. You just said that you were going to post them, and you never ended up doing it.
So, stop trying to make me look bad. I don't like
Guys, let me tell you, Zenith does not put in any work in these
Yes, I
podcasts.
do.
I do all the work,
Okay.
which is okay
You don't let
because
me edit.
no. I like doing it. Okay, I want to do it. But either way, for the whole YouTube thing, I was all for it, and he said he was going to do it, and he never
See,
did
I'm
it.
sorry. I thought you disagreed with me.
No, I didn't.
No. Okay. See, I expected our first listener to be very mean to us.
No, I mean, he seems pretty
People are.
supportive.
He does. I hope he didn't just go listen to 1 minute and think, wow, these stupid fucking kids. Well, I better throw them a bone.
Yeah, stupid kids.
No.
You know it, but you know what? I mean, hopefully we get more listeners. You know,
We will. It's a given, really. You just gotta wait.
you do.
See,
it's a
right
big
now
waiting game,
is the best
and a lot of
time.
it is where you put it and where you publish it, and how you.
That too. A bit of luck there too. But right now, everyone's at home. No one has anything to do, and they're just browsing the recommendation section on YouTube and shit. And it's great for us. It's great for business.
It is a great time to do that. Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
And for
this is a
advertising-
time where YouTube channels that didn't post, every day are now posting every day because they just have the time to do that.
Exactly. Well, it's not that they didn't have the time to do it. I mean, a lot of these people are commentators where they'll get a topic and they'll record themselves for 10 minutes, almost no editing, and they'll shit it out. It's not that they don't have time; they just don't fucking feel like it. Right?
Not that they have nothing to do; they feel like it.
Exactly. Or they're businessmen and they're thinking, well, businessmen or women. I'm sorry.
Yes,
they're thinking,
businessmen.
well, I want some extra fucking advertisement. I need some money. But yeah. See, I think we need to go back to the topics. I think we've run out of things to say.
No. I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Okay. Now, all right. Do you think? Okay, my personal opinion is that I feel like when people say African, I feel like people should stop saying African American.
Oh no.
No. Stop. I'm not being racist or anything. What I'm saying is that I feel like we should say, black person or, something along those lines. Because I feel like if you say African American, you can offend someone who isn't from Africa.
Okay.
Because there are many people with the skin color black that aren't from Africa. There's Jamaican,
So here's the thing. Okay. I don't want to get upset for a person that isn't me. We can't get upset. We're both white for another group of people. But personally,
and I'm not trying to. I'm just bringing up.
I know that. I'm just trying to clarify for anyone who might misconstrue what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Everything we say here is opinion. Nothing here is facts.
Exactly. No, it is facts. We've established that. If I was black, personally, I'd be very offended if someone went African American. I'm black.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If I went up to someone with brown skin and say, "Hey, look, it's the Spaniard," well, I think that guy has brown to be pretty fucking pissed. That's a fucked up thing to do, right? African American. That wasn't intentional. That was an accident.
Africo-Americo.
No, what I said was Afro-American.
Africo-Americos.
Really
Okay.
playing that fucking silver time right now. I agree, though.
Yeah.
Hey, what is up, all my Caucasian dudes and dudettes?
Africo-Americo.
Let's get back on the grounds of music. Buddy, what's your favorite pedal?
My favorite pedal?
Mhm.
You know, I don't have a favorite pedal. I feel like with bass, there really just isn't the versatility of pedals that you get with guitar.
There isn't.
I feel like it really focuses on three main things. It focuses, you can get fuzz,
Mhm.
you could get distortion,
Mhm.
and then you can get some really nice pedals that have everything. I feel like those are really the three main things.
Well, yeah, and if you want
Because
more than
a lot of people are going for that funk slap style bass, which is not the
Yeah.
style I like to play.
Mhm.
So
Well, a lot of people when they look at rock for bass, they go, "Okay, well, I need a clean tone, and I'll play the root notes. All right, I'm golden." It's no,
that's not what I want to do, you know?
If you're a bass player and you only play root notes and you don't have much involvement in the band,
You're
that
not
you're
a
in,
goddamn bass player.
get the fuck out of that band. They're not letting you prosper. You deserve better. I don't even fucking know you. You can be someone who
You
rates
should be
bass.
able to
You
do
deserve better.
solos, and you should be able to be heard.
Exactly. You should be an equal. You should be equal to rhythm guitar, right? And I'm not trying to shit on anyone who's a rhythm guitar player, but I
They're
feel like there
really
only needs to be
useless. They're
one.
useless.
Well, see, the lead guitar player is also useless. There should only be one guitar player. I mean, that's just how I feel. But you don't need multiple people. You just don't.
You don't.
Like,
I
if
don't
I
know why.
ever needed something where I was playing electric guitar and I needed an acoustic, I would just give an acoustic to Oswald, right? And let him play some, not even simple stuff. When you play rhythm, it's just like two chords. I'm sure he could
It
beat that out in
is.
2 hours.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to fucking learn how to play.
It's simple, you know?
It is.
And you're playing it just over and over again, and you're acting like it's something
Exactly.
special. Rhythm guitar is nothing special.
Rhythm and bass players that play just the roots. You're not. I'm not going to insult you.
You're
but
just not expressing yourself.
You can do more. You can do more. Right?
Again.
And you deserve better if no one's letting you have much say in it. Right? That's just how it is. But for effects, if you want anything more than like a distortion or maybe some reverb, you gotta use guitar pedals. But what's your favorite effect? Because mine is probably chorus or fuzz.
For bass,
Yeah.
it would probably be fuzz. Like I've already said in the previous podcast, I really like how fuzz sounds on bass.
It's an enriching sound. It's great.
It is. It's different from anything else.
It is. Well, it is about an hour and 10 minutes, give or take, after editing in. And I think it's a nice time to end the podcast on this great note.
Okay.
I think it's time to get up for our ritual goodbyes.
You're right.
Getting close. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.